I know it's always in me, but I mean, these things just happen naturally. I can't. If I could plan to do that every fourth quarter, I would, but it's just not the game of ball. It's just a flowy game that great things happen when with time.
Klay, you talked about wanting to be that player you was before you left.
Mhm.
What does it mean to you to be able? I know you knew you can do it, but you
Yeah,
just did it. What does it mean to you to come this far?
it's really inspiring for myself. There are so many long days in this building, so many long days doing the most tedious of things, and some I wasn't used to prior because of my ability to play nightly. So now to be able to do that, I mean, I'm just gonna inspires me to keep going. I mean, I'm not satisfied, and not gonna lie, it felt really freaking good though.
Klay, you look a lot looser on the court, and I think during that fourth quarter you let out a shimmy. Like, where did that come from? What was that?
I've seen Steph do it for so many years. I mean, try to shake the misses out or something. I don't know. It felt great though. Wow, felt great.
Do you feel looser now post injury though? Is that something you feel? Because it does seem like you are.
I mean, I feel looser than I did the first 5 games. That was a very big adjustment period for me, and now to be back shooting with no hesitation and cutting and playing real basketball. I mean, it's it feels great, and I'm just gonna play loose hopefully from here on out.
Now that you're at 30 minutes nightly, how much more free does that make you feel out there where you know you're going to get basically kind of like a full rotation?
It's easier to get into a better rhythm. And I'm in better shape than I was a few weeks ago. Then on top of that, it's just I'm just grateful to play that many minutes. That's some real good minutes right there.
Just hitting 30 points for the first time since you come back. Does that mean anything?
Oh yeah. What after not feeling that feeling for a few years? Yeah. Do not take a 30 ball lightly in this league.
Klay, does it mean something special to do it before this crowd against that team?
That meant something special to do it in front of my dad. I don't think he's seen me play in a few years, so I know he's proud of me, and that's always fun.
Look
Yeah,
like
our crowd too. Our crowd was great out there.
Clay, looked like you got revved up when you made the lefty layup, got the and one after not maybe getting one a couple of minutes before that. Was that particularly a satisfying play for you?
Oh yeah, especially after you get your shot pinned against the backboard, it feels good to let the defense know that that's not going to deter me, and that felt great.
You had a couple nice hookups feeding Kuminga early. What's the connection there, and what are you guys seeing from this 19-year-old right now?
I can't take credit for those hookups because I had 0 assists. But other than that, John I mean, isn't that crazy? He's not going to be in the Rising Stars game. He just guarded LeBron James for however many minutes, gave us 18 on 11 shots and almost a double-double. Like, how many more 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds are doing that? I don't know.
Or just basically for maybe the first time intimated he's in the playoff rotation. Have you guys seen that? Like this guy has earned his way into the rotation.
Oh yeah, when you do what he did tonight, I mean, gosh, he's just a very strong young man with incredible athleticism, and his skills are more polished than people want to give him credit for.
Wait, can you describe what that feeling is like when you get in that zone? And as a sort of related part of that, when the crowd gets into it, I mean, it's a different kind of energy, it seems like.
It's the best feeling you could possibly have besides winning the whole thing as a player, because you just are so confident in those moments, and you don't think about the work you put in, but post game you do, and those moments is what really makes it all worth it.
Klay, tonight, LeBron passed Kareem to become the all-time leading scorer for regular season and playoffs combined. I mean, what does that mean?
That's unbelievable. I mean, Kareem, kind of feel for him because he had to play 4 years of collegiate ball, but that doesn't take anything away from what LeBron did. That's that type of consistency and dedication to the game. That's only the greats have that in them, and he's obviously one of them, one of the best to ever do it. So I don't know how much longer he has. Maybe it's 2 years, 3, but NBA fans should just appreciate him while we're watching such an amazing athlete.
Klay, there was a moment there where you came out just for a short stint, but you probably knew it was short, I imagine, when you set out. But is that less difficult knowing?
I had no idea, but it made it a little easier. You don't have to get as cold, and I'm just still getting used to. I mean, what a great night. I had a lot of fun and build off it, and hopefully do it again on Monday.
Klay, with Jonathan, do you see something over here? Do you see something special in the way that he rises to the occasion in a game like this?
Oh yeah. I wasn't doing that at 20 or 19. I was in Pullman. So, I mean, Warrior fans should be very excited for our future. Like, to have the vets we do with the young talent, it's rare in sports. So, John, just got to keep him humble and keep working, because he does things that cannot be taught.
What do you just generally think you guys are playing right now?
I think we're playing well. I think we can always get better. Well, and I hope if we would be really nice to win the next 2 before All-Star break.
Quarter.
It was awesome. I mean, we needed it, obviously, and right place, right time, confidence to take those shots. I think I'm most, excited about or proud of, or it was great to see, just knowing how last game ended, how much he wanted to perform down the stretch. That's how basketball goes. Obviously, you make some, miss some, but the confidence I talk about all the time. And if there's anybody else that exudes that, like, at the level it should be, is Klay. And it's great to see the crowd get into it. Great to see him just live in the moment. And it was a special 12 minutes for sure.
You guys were sitting next to each other on the bench in the fourth quarter, and then he gets up and he like bounces to the scores table. Like, he was really excited to get to go back in. Did you feel his eagerness to get back in the game while you're next to him?
You feel that all the time. He's a competitor. He's a gamer. And I know it's still early in his comeback, but every night is a step in the right direction. And for him to have that energy, that confidence in himself, and nothing else matters at that moment, just hooping. And he's been so far away from that for so long. So I'm just happy that he's able to see the benefit of all the work he's put in to his body, to his game, and things are starting to look pretty solid from his standpoint.
In some ways, this is nothing new for you. You've seen this before, but have you developed a situation where you can kind of feel what's coming when he hits a couple of shots in a row?
Yeah, but even if he's missing, there's always that next one. It's the same exact thing, but I don't know which shot it was. It was one that he actually missed, and I just saw the shot he took, and it was like, that's a guy that has one thing on his mind and has another level of confidence. I'm gonna keep saying that word, like, that's all it is. And just enjoying what he does, enjoying shooting the basketball like nobody else.
Did you feel like you got that foul late before LeBron went off the shot?
Well, you said late?
No, do you feel like you got it before?
Oh, absolutely.
I meant late in the game.
Absolutely.
Do you, Steve kind of said you guys still kind of need to work on those type of situations. Obviously, you think you got it before, but that is the second straight time you guys have messed up the foul up 3 stuff.
I plead the 5th.
Steph, you mentioned the crowd getting into it the way they did when Klay got hot. How would you describe what that's like when he gets hot, and how it seems sort of a different energy than when you get hot? I mean, I don't know if it's not better or worse, just different. Do you feel anything? I mean, how do you feel when he gets in that groove and the crowd goes wild as opposed to when you do?
It's a tough question for me to answer because when it's you going nuts, you don't really have time to think about the decibel level, or I don't know how to describe how different it is. It's an amazing atmosphere no matter what. And I love just watching the show. So from my vantage point, it's just dope just to watch him, get hot like that, especially in the moment that he did. And we've seen it in a lot of different, times and a lot of different ways. But I don't know how you would describe the difference. I loved it. I'm curious.
You asking him?
Yeah, no. I don't get my vocab, get my adjectives right. I don't know.
What's Kuminga showing you guys, obviously in the last week or so? And Kerr even tonight just basically said he's in the rotation, he's in the playoff rotation. What are you guys seeing specifically from Kuminga?
His constant effort, and obviously we know his athleticism, and that shows some of the finishes he has and where he can run the court and all that type of stuff. But just in the meat of the game, he's trying to fly around. He's trying to do the right things on both ends of the floor. I think offensively, he's starting to see patterns a little bit better where if, he has a shot that's open, you take it. If you don't, you can drive and maybe play make and put some pressure on the defense. You do that. If you don't have anything, move the ball, move your body, and something good will happen. And that's the next level, especially, as you get deeper into the season, as you get into the playoffs where you get scouted a little bit, they know your sets and you still have to execute. Seeing those patterns will help. So I think there's a play, he got the dunk on the N1. I was dribbling around like Curly Neal, and next thing I know, he's back cutting from the right spot at the right time, and I get to hit him, and he finishes like probably nobody else on our team could. So those little moments, we want to keep stacking those, together, so that when he is called on down the stretch in the playoffs, he knows how to make an impact.
Steph, LeBron passed Kareem tonight for the all-time scoring list with regular season and playoffs combined. I mean, you've played against LeBron for a really, really long time now. Just what does that benchmark or milestone mean?
I mean, it's wild to think about, like how many games he's played, how long he's been doing it. The longevity of it all is just, it's legendary, obviously. So when you're in that position where you've played, that many games, you've been in so many different playoff runs, obviously he's won championships and done it year after year after year. I don't know if there's no real end in sight, I don't think, but that's a pretty special accomplishment. I know he's probably got his eyes set on the actual scoring list or whatever it is. I don't know how far he's off from that, but it's crazy to think about.
We haven't talked to you since the deadline. I'm just curious if you had any thoughts on what was the mega move of the deadline that even had so many layers to it, but included, obviously impacted your brother.
I had to change my favorite teams in my phone, get the alerts from Philly to Brooklyn. So it's obviously a big move, big splash. I know he's kind of caught in the crossfire of Philly making a move like that, and because he loved it there and loved playing, and they were playing well. But you obviously got to make that move, and it's a win-win for him. Hopefully, he can still be on a contender and be impactful, in a playoff, chase with Brooklyn. So excited to see him in a new uni.
Steph, apart from the crowd's energy, when Klay gets in those grooves, what do you see in him? Steve mentioned maybe a look on his face or a bounce in his step, but you're out there in the court with him. How does he seem different when he gets in that kind of zone?
I mean, it's just kind of found a word, kind of like majestic in the sense of like he has a calmness on his face. He'll show you some wild celebrations. We talked about that, but when the shot's going up, follow through, have that kind of like stoic look on his face, and he's just about his business. But then everything starts to just possession after possession after possession, it just starts to flow. And so it's an amazing show. I know we all, like I said, have seen it before and gonna see it again. It's an amazing show. And I'm just happy that he's back able to do it.
You mentioned celebrations. It looked like he broke out a brief shimmy, which he
He
obviously.
really?
Yes, he did.
I'm gotta go look that one up.
So you didn't see it, obviously.
No, I missed that one.
Steph, for a while there, you seem to be back to your regular shooting ways. I know you aren't worried about your shot, but what's been the difference in the last maybe 3 games? Is it the defense, or how would you characterize it?
Who we played before New York? Oh, that game. No, shots out. Though tonight they did a good job of trying to send a lot of pressure to the 3-point line. I got to the paint and to the lane a lot more than I have pretty much this whole season. So trying to take what the defense gives me on that front. I had missed some good ones early that I from 3 that I would take and usually make. So outside of that, there was no. It's a way different feeling I have right now than I did late December, early January, where you're kind of searching. It's just I got good shots, I just missed them. Even the last one I took tonight, when that ball was in the air, nobody could tell me I was not going in. That's the confidence I want to have in myself, and keep shooting.
Rams or Bengals?
Ooh. Is it Joe Shiesty? Is that his nickname? I'm going with the Bengals. Going with the Bengals. I like the fact that if they got to win, I think he has to play out of his mind more so than the other side. So I like that storyline a lot better.
All right, let's just do one Zoom. Maria, go ahead.
Hi, Steph. Hope you're well. As you might be aware, Klay tonight led the team with 33 points, and he even came clutch today. So from your perspective, how have you seen Klay's progress since he's back?
Every game he's getting better. Every game he's finding a good rhythm. I think tonight, if I'm not mistaken, he's 6 for 10 in the fourth quarter. So, I mean, he didn't start off as well as he probably wanted to, but he stayed with it and came up when it mattered most. So as he increases his minutes and continues to get comfortable back on the floor night after night after night, it's only going to keep, getting better from here. So we are a lucky bunch to have number 11 back for sure.